Closer to home, the District Netball League takes place in the Western Cape from the 16th to the 18th of February. This platform is aimed at providing an opportunity to unearth talent and further serve as a feeding ground for the Telkom Netball League. The round-robin tournament spans from just the under-8s right through to the under-19 division and was established 3 years ago to develop high-performance players within the Western Cape system. We are now joined by District Netball League Ambassador Jo Prins. Jo, interesting times for netball in the country?
Yeah, definitely interesting times. I think just coming off of the Netball Cup last year, this is the time to capitalize on that momentum, and what a better thing to do than have a development tournament in the Western Cape on a homegrown soil and just develop more talent and run that wave.
I mean, netball, we've always known that it's huge when it comes to school participation, and we see the numbers usually dwindle post-school. Do you think having a tournament of this magnitude and spilling over to clubs is a step in the right direction?
Definitely. I think it's just more about a lack of opportunity. There wasn't a lot of tournaments to go into off the school necessarily, and adding this onto the varsity netball sports and the Telkom Netball League, just having another tournament just creates more opportunity. More opportunities, I think, that will lead to more people staying in the game, and that's what we want. That's what we need for netball in this country to grow.
And this tournament is not solely based at looking to unearth talent, but also looking to make sure that the coaching part of it is right up there.
Definitely, and I think that also adds on with the opportunity. The more people we give opportunities to, sharpen up those skills in the technical field as well as the coaching field, umpires, everybody involved to make a tournament like this work is getting another opportunity to just sharpen those skills and learn and just grow, and that's what we need. Development is all about growing, and the more people are involved, the more opportunities just at the top. It's all going into the feeding pool, and we can just raise the level and raise the bar and be competitive on the international stage.
And since inception, how has this league grown?
So it's definitely grown. The founder, Dr. Frida came. She also recently got that PhD, very passionate about the game and sport in general. And she's just gotten more sponsorships involved, more players involved. I mean, having a tournament that ranges from an age group of under 8 up until under 19, and then adding seniors into that kind of ages out of the varsity netball pool that goes from 25 plus. I mean, what magnitude is that of just having so many people, different age groups, and just getting the support from those people involved that come out and watch. I mean, it's bound to just grow more and more. And over the past 3 years, the tournament has evolved. More people are involved. More districts have greater players coming from different areas, and people even coming out of retirement to come back into the game and play again. And that's exactly what we want.
And, just talking about it being a developmental, platform for teams to showcase their talent, how far and wide do you cast your net in terms of trying to unearth that talent within the Western Cape?
Yeah, and that's the thing. What's great about this tournament, we also partnered with Lawyers and Sport for Good, so we are really focused on the development part of having people that are not usually in setups like this with tournaments. So we go out and look at talent from all over the district. So it's not just, your usual schools netball that we just have your standard schools that are well known, but we're really going into our communities and getting the young, unearthed talent, that raw talent, and just creating opportunities for more people to compete. And that's also the great thing about the teams. Even though you're playing for a specific district, it's mixed. So people can join different teams just to be able to compete in this tournament. And I think that's the difference from this one in comparison to our more semi-pro league, which is the Telkom Netball League, has more focus on, the big names. So we are trying to add on to that by going to unearth the more local talent, and in that way giving them a platform to be identified to go and compete in the bigger leagues.
And how did the Netball World Cup, bring that hunger in terms of participation within the Western Cape?
I don't have the numbers for you exactly. It would be great to have actually now you mention it, but definitely just from looking at the hype of people that would never even clued into what netball was or how it has evolved or how competitive it has become, there's so much more interest from people that never even watched a netball match. And the one thing they always say, oh, I never knew netball was that competitive, was that fast, or that, kind of aggressive? And I'm like, yeah, no, it's been like that, and it's been like that for a while. It's not the school netball you remember from primary school when you went to watch the girls play, into schools. It's evolved so much. The game is so much quicker, so much more demanding, and which is great also because in our country we now have contracted players. It's just a few for now, but that's a step in the right direction. And the more people talk about the sport, the more opportunities you can get and the more sponsorships. And at the end of the day, unfortunately, in sport, we need the capital to grow. And so we just need more eyes on the sport. And that is what the Netball World Cup brought for us.
I'm seeing the High Performance Center from Stellenbosch and the Science in Sport Department, really getting stuck in there. What is their role and why? So we have the Stellenbosch Sports Academy in Stellenbosch, and that has kind of been the training hub for the Proteas. It's a great facility. I've trained there since I was a young man at Bloemhof, so I was right next door. But now we have that hub kind of where our players can come and for training camps and have that support and be in a more professional setup than we were before. And that's the thing. That's what we need. We need to professionalize the sport as soon as we can. We're taking the steps, but the quicker we get there, the better and the more competitive we can be. And obviously, we need results. So we can't get the results if we don't have the right systems in place. So just having that kind of hub and that support and professionalizing the sport in the sense where players can come in, they can eat right, they can train right, they can be in a professional setup where they don't have the stresses of the outside world. That is what we want for our netball players just as much as we get it for our counterparts in, say now, for example, rugby or cricket or football, for example. Yeah, we out of time. Just quickly, the girls that are identified as stars there, what happens to them quickly in 30 seconds if you can?
All right, so they get paid depending on what their contract is, and then they're in a training system. They are monitored. They are treated like professional athletes as they deserve to be, and they get opportunities to get scouted and play in international leagues, which can give them more opportunities and give them more a bit of a living so they can quit their day job and play netball for a living.
Well, Jo Prins there hyping the sport of netball as a full-time profession. Do you think this day would ever come? Great stuff from the District National Netball League that's happening down in the Western Cape.